Hello, lovers. Long time no see. It's your girl, Sinislove, back from the dead, so to speak. I have been spending a lot of my time on Twitch this past year, and yes, I've been sorely neglecting my YouTube. For that, I am sorry, but I am back in force with an all-new series for you. This is featuring a new favorite game of mine called Dead by Daylight. I've actually been playing it off and on for the last year. It's an uneven PvP game featuring a team of 4 survivors versus 1 killer, and I wanted to do a series featuring each survivor and discussing their perks and abilities. So we're going to start with my favorite survivor, Meg Thomas, and what a better way to pay tribute to her than by doing a comfy blend with The Sims 4. So the first thing I want to talk about are Meg's perks. She has 3 pretty decent perks in my opinion. The first one being Quick and Quiet, which allows you to perform a fast action without giving the killer a noise notification. This perk can be used every 20 seconds, and it pairs well with other perks such as Live and Head On. Sprint Burst is a very strong exhaustion perk and gives you 150% speed boost for 3 seconds. Exhausted status lasts for 40 seconds, but activates whenever you begin running. It pairs well with most perks and is good for distance. The one main drawback I have with this perk is that you can't activate it at will. Simply the second you start running, it will activate if available. Adrenaline is, in my opinion, Meg's strongest perk. It only triggers when the exit gates are powered, and you instantly gain 1 health state and sprint at a rate of 150% of normal running speed for 5 seconds. It will ignore all existing exhaustion statuses, but will leave you exhausted for 40 seconds. Adrenaline is largely considered a clutch perk and is great for beginners who find themselves slugged. Now to get into a little bit of Meg's personal backstory. Meg was disruptive in school and didn't really apply herself until her phys ed teacher saw her run one day in class. Her mother, who'd been sick for a while with an unknown disease, caused Meg so much stress that she had difficulty focusing and being a good student. They couldn't afford to keep going to the doctors, and Meg had taken it just about as well as can be expected, which was horribly. So, after joining the track team, she seemed to have found a purpose. Much to the dismay of a particular teammate, Dana, Meg was invaluable to the team. Dana, however, was able to successfully encourage the team to dislike Meg and put her up for a hazing ritual. Donning the nickname of Dare Damsel Meg, her task was simple: slash tires near the police station and get out of there without being seen. In broad daylight. Deciding that she wasn't going to back down to the likes of Dana, she wanted to make sure that this would be a task to be remembered. Meg not only slashed tires, but she slashed the tires of a police cruiser, outrunning the long arm of the law, and led to most of her teammates' admiration. Perhaps a little bit of a large ego as well. Dana, however, was still less than pleased with Meg for stealing the show and insulted her looks at every opportunity. Meg, ever her mother's daughter, tried to take the high road at every opportunity, instead relying on the fact that she was the best, and that her other teammates at least recognized this. One day, while walking home from practice, Meg is attacked by an unknown assailant. This person shoves Meg to the ground and stomps on her ankle before taking off. Their face was covered, and while she can't prove it or be certain that it was Dana underneath the dark hoodie, Meg has a sinking feeling in her gut that it was. After being examined by a doctor and told to keep her weight off that ankle, Meg was feeling incredibly defeated, thinking her adversary had finally won. Her mother was a fighter and refused to let her daughter wallow. Instead, she bestowed her with confidence in the form of a thrilling pep talk and a gorgeous dress for Meg to wear to the after-party of the next race. Her unwavering faith made Meg all the more determined to win the race and wipe the smug look off of Dana's face once and for all. Everybody knew what Dana had done. The coach knew on some level, the team knew, but no one could prove it. And the coach also couldn't prove that Meg wasn't supposed to put weight on her ankle and let her race anyway. Meg went on to win that race, shoving her success in Dana's face. She was even scouted by colleges and offered a full ride to more than one university. However, her mother's illness would gnaw at Meg's dreams, looming over them like a dark cloud rolling in. Giving it all up to help support the woman who raised her, Meg stayed behind. She still ran, though, using it to find inner peace as often as she could, until one day she took a run in the woods like she always did, and she was never seen again. Hey guys, this is editing Sinislove here. So that about sums it up for Meg's backstory. But I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more while I built the house that I kind of envisioned that Meg and her mom would live in. I struggled a lot with the roof for this piece, and it took me a while to get it right, so I did cut most of that out. But I pictured them kind of living in not necessarily a rundown little house, but definitely a house on the smaller side. This house is only 2 bedrooms. It does have 2 full baths though. And I did give them some extra money other than what The Sims starts you out in, because I figure Meg's mom has been working and has worked hard to achieve some things for her daughter and for her. So it's definitely not just, a $20,000 house. I will upload this onto the gallery if you are interested in checking it out. One of the things I really wanted to focus on for this house was the relationship that Meg has with her mom. So we don't know a whole lot about Meg's mom, but we do know that she got sick, that they put all of their money they could into her getting better, and that even though they did that, Meg's mom still made sure that Meg had everything she needed, that she had an extravagant dress for the after party of the big race. She may have pushed her a little bit too hard, but she did love her. There was a lot of love there. Meg was willing to give up her dreams for her mom. And I wanted to make sure that the house kind of reflected that Meg's mom loved her very much, but that it was a happy home. It wasn't overbearing. That the only reason why she would have pushed her so hard at the end was because she believed so much in her daughter. So I tried to create that by giving it a lot of bright flowers and things, by giving it some nice simple landscaping and making it feel warm and inviting. I think I did a pretty good job with that. I am definitely not the best landscaper here, as you can probably tell, and I'm not that good with all of the different debug items, but I did try my best. Building is not my strong suit, though I do enjoy it very, very much, and I had a lot of fun decorating this house in particular, thinking about what Meg's bedroom would look like, what her mom's bedroom would look like, their living room, and just, I think I did an overall good job with having some nice bright colors and things like that. These bushes, I love these bushes. I've actually been seeing a lot of them in real life lately, which is pretty interesting. Every time I see them when I'm driving through a neighborhood, I think, those look like the bushes from The Sims. They do exist. I need to get some for my house. So let's see here. And this is going to be part of a series that I want to do called the Sims Collides series. So my plan is going to be to kind of merge The Sims in with different games that I like to play. We'll probably go through all of the different characters in Dead by Daylight first. And then move on to some different games that I like to play. I have ideas for different characters, and we'll delve into their lore and their backstory a little bit as we do. For Dead by Daylight, obviously we'll have the perks and what the game has provided us with the lore, which was taken directly from the archives that I've unlocked and read up on and listened to and all of that good stuff. We may even do the killers. It'll be kind of hard for me to do the killers. I guess I'll do them before they became possessed with the entity's evil or something. Not 100% sure. If you guys enjoy this series, let me know in the comments if you think it would be interesting to take a look at the killers themselves as well. So for this, I knew that the kitchen was going to have to be relatively tiny because I'm dealing with a smaller house. So I pictured kind of like a galley style kitchen, not too large. I feel like this would have been kind of the kitchen that just came with the house. I didn't really get to do any sort of personalization on the cabinetry or anything like that. It's a very basic cupboards and cabinets. And fixtures inside the kitchen itself, but that she would have put her touches in more with the decorating, which we'll get to later. Sometimes when I'm building, I like to do the flooring and the items first, and then I'll go back through and add the wallpaper, except for the bathrooms, because I already kind of know those are just going to be tiled. I wanted to take advantage of the new bunk bed feature that just came out in The Sims to put that in Meg's room to give her a little bit more space for some of her other things, because she does have the smaller bedroom. It's, like I said, not a large house. And I wanted to make sure that we could fit things like her desk, a computer, along with her dresser and just like decoration and stuff. I went with red for the bedspread because, you know, that's her favorite color. That's her color of her vest, and we're gonna kind of ignore the rest of the room for now, and you'll see it at the end when we do the big house tour. I also cut out a lot of me working with the living room. It took me a long time to fiddle with the new sectionals that we have. I was not as pleased with them as I thought I was going to be. Not because they're bad. I think it's a great addition to the game. I just feel like, as intuitive as it seems like it is, it was just very difficult to make work in certain spaces. And that's to be expected. It was my first time really working with them, and I struggled. You'll see here in a little while that the entire living room design will ultimately end up changing, and it is because I just really was not happy with how the sectional looked. There's still a lot that I can learn to make those more functional in future builds. But I wanted to make this kind of more modern, just what everybody has, you know, nothing too extravagant or eccentric or eclectic. Just a standard boilerplate living room that anybody could open up the door and see in somebody's house. As far as the living room itself, it's just the bare basics. TV, you know, couch, rug. The dining room, I also went with the same new items that came with the interior design pack, the Dream Home Decorator, excuse me. And I really like the feel of that, but I am feeling like The Sims is giving us too much of the same style, and I would like to see some new directions from the Sims team. Now, for Meg's mom's room, I knew she didn't need a whole lot. We wanted to do, you know, bed, dresser, but again, the Dream Home Decorator pack had just come out when I made this. And let's see here. We got the new dresser, I believe I used, and the new bed. The mirror, this is one of my favorite mirrors that I've actually used in The Sims, and you can find it in most of my builds. I also like to sometimes just put it out in the hallway as an like accentuating piece, but I wanted Meg's mom's room to be very relaxed, very chill. I want it to be kind of, you know, pretty and feminine and not too, what's the word I'm looking for? Parental. I picture her kind of like a young at heart mom, even if she might be, you know, just the regular age. Since Meg doesn't seem to have a dad in the picture, she could have even been a young mom, having Meg pretty young, you know, out of wedlock and everything. They never really address Meg's dad. Maybe we'll get some more of that in the lore later on. I wanted to use some of the items that came with that pack in her room as well. I am a fan of the new patterns, and I hope that they continue to give us more patterns and things like this in the future. It's nice to make a statement wall with those kinds of new wallpapers, and having the curtains kind of go with that was a very unexpected surprise that I was just really happy to have. So as you can see, it's just really bright and airy, and the colors are very well complemented. I think the Sims team did a great job with that. One thing that I was thinking about as far as Meg's mom and their relationship is concerned is that the relationship dynamic between the two of them seems very easy. So living in close-knit quarters wouldn't be difficult for them. Living a more modest and conservative means wouldn't be that difficult for them. I just feel like they have the type of relationship to where Meg understands and appreciates her mom's struggles, which is part of the reason why she decided to forego her own dreams temporarily to take care of her, because her mom has always done everything she could to do the same for Meg when she was younger, and it was kind of her turn to give back. I put the treadmill in the living room. This is that kind of jump that I was talking about, where Meg could presumably train. I reorganized the living room and kind of tucked it more into that corner, and I think that it worked out really, really well. So here I am going back into the kitchen and just changing up the fridge a little bit. I think I'm actually about ready to put in, the curtains and decorate the kitchen a little bit. It's nothing too fancy, and everything in this house is functional. I believe I had move objects on for part of this, but nothing's reliant upon it, so you don't need to have it on to download the house. Nice bright colors for the kitchen to give it kind of a happier vibe. And I don't think I went too crazy with the packs here, but I do apologize if you try to download this house and you don't have something that's included in it. I did not try to go too nuts. I know I used some Laundry Day. I know I used the Dream Home Decorator and Base Game, obviously. I'm not sure what else I 100% used. I think that dish rack might be from Parenthood. When it comes to these builds, I don't think I'm going to be too focused on the items themselves that I'm using for downloadability in the future, but I will try to include that on other builds. So now let's go through a tour and you'll get to see everything, including Meg's final room. So here we walk into the dining room, which is connected to the living room. It's a nice kind of open floor plan right here, but the kitchen itself is closed off. That door leads straight outside, and the kitchen is small, modest, but very functional and has enough room for them to do everything they need to do. Going back this way, we'll head into, I think, Meg's mom's room. I'm struggling with the controls a little bit, don't mind me. So I think her room came out really nice. I like the little touches that I did. I put a little jersey there to show, like her mom, how much her mom loves her daughter. I picture that as kind of like her mom, or Meg's like first jersey that her mom had framed. And yeah, I think it was a really cute addition. It kind of reminds me of the Corvids jersey in DBD that you can change into Meg's outfit. I think that jersey comes with Meg. The bathrooms, which wasn't a whole lot, I may cut those out in future builds. And this is Meg's room. So a lot of red accents. We've got her sneakers and everything, kind of some girly shoes. She's got a computer and a billboard, and it's all very cute and fun. Thanks everybody for watching. Tune in next time when we do more with the Sims Collide series, and we'll be working with Dwight. Till next time, later sinners.